Hi, today we are looking at the recent additions to our OpenAI SDK. The most interesting thing is the OpenAI library update for accessing remote MCP servers and accepts STDIO, SSE and the new streamable HTTP as well. So today's demo, we will see how easily we can talk to remote streamable MCP servers. Okay, here is the code. We will go over the code, but before that, this uses the new responses API. Okay, so here client.responses.create is the call that we need to make. Here they are using mcp.deepwiki.com. So this is the website of DeepWiki. Welcome to Techie Talks AI. I'm Sri from Shogini. On this channel, we bring you hands-on demonstrations and insights into the latest tools and trends to help you get started with ease. Don't forget to subscribe and be a part of our journey into the future of technology. All these repos are accessible to this DeepWiki MCP server. So we'll use this DeepWiki MCP server to test the connection. So this is going to be a very short video demonstrating what has been recently added in, I think, last 24 hours to OpenAI SDK. So we are going to try this code. So I have already copied this code into my local system. So what are the transport protocols does 2025 March 26 version of MCP spec in model context protocol support? Okay, so we are querying this model context protocol using DeepWiki MCP. Remember, it needs the responses API of OpenAI and type is MCP, and this is streamable MCP. Okay. MCP transport. There are other options available here like STDIO as well. And then in the server URL, we specify the DeepWiki MCP server. So if you have a different remote MCP server, you can specify that here. So this is the remote MCP server. It uses streamable HTTP transport. Okay, so now here we are asking this query. So what it will do is this query will reach this remote MCP server and it will process and get the response, and we are printing it here. Okay, so let's see how it works. And this needed API key, and your project should have GPT 4.1 enabled. Okay, so we are asking this question: what transport protocol does 2025 March 26 version of the MCP model context protocol support? That is the question. So here is my shell script that creates the Python environment and starts the script. The OpenAI key is in the .env file. It is talking to the remote DeepWiki MCP server with the query. Okay, so here is the answer. At the top, we are printing our question. And it says this 2025 model context protocol supports the following transport protocol: STDIO, streamable HTTP, and then custom transport. Remember, till last month, this was SSE transport. Now it is streamable HTTP. So till March 26th, it was HTTP endpoint and a separate SSE endpoint. But now we have a single endpoint for HTTP, a normal post request and streamable request. Okay, and it uses JSON RPC. So let's now change this query. Let's look at DeepWiki. Let's take, say, Microsoft VS Code. Okay, so let's ask about Microsoft VS Code. Tell me the tools Microsoft VS Code offers. Okay, so here are some of the main tools and features of VS Code. Code editing, debugging. There's a long list. There are 15 items. In summary, VS code is not just a code editor, it is a comprehensive developer environment with a vast ecosystem. Its true power comes from extensibility and active community support. So that is there. There is all these popular repo, OpenAI agents, Python. Give me a sample demo code using OpenAI agents Python. Let's see. Okay, so here certainly OpenAI has introduced OpenAI agents. Okay, so here import API key. Step 1, create the assistant. Step 2, create a thread. So here, see, using this DeepWiki MCP server, we could even ask it to create code. Remember, the agent is using GPT 4.1. Okay, so that is a quick demo. And then if you look at the features, it also allows authentication. If your remote MCP server uses authentication, you can pass the bearer token authorization. Like here is Stripe MCP server, and this is how you send the authorization header. And there are other features where you can specify the tools to be used. See here, allow tools. You can limit the tools. So if this MCP server has several tools, you can ensure that this agentic call is allowed to only use certain tools. This feature is there in Agno MCP client library as well. This is how to get the list of tools. Okay, so this is an interesting feature which I'm seeing for the first time. There is approvals. By default, OpenAI will request your approval before any data is shared with a remote server. So the approval request comes like this with an ID. So once you get the ID, when you make the call, you need to pass the ID. So this validates that the data can be sent to the MCP server. Give me your valuable comments, and please remember to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.